Hey, everybody. What's going on? Happy Thursday. And also want to wish my people, my fellow podcasters, happy International Podcast Day on this amazing day. And just wanting you guys to know tonight's show is going to be another one. Another amazing one. Tonight we have the amazing Sierra Morgan. She's a musical artist, amazing voice. We're gonna get to know her. Also, we have the amazing Tanisha Harriman. I hope that I'm saying it right. She's also a transitional coach. And tonight is going to be another great show. Tonight we're going even deeper than every show. We go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And tonight is overcoming your fears and anxiety. A conversation that's well overdue, and much needed for everyone. For those that's coming in, I appreciate you guys joining the live. I appreciate you guys joining the show, as well as for those who want to come into later. I appreciate you rewatching, and please reshare this live with everyone that needs to hear this word. Please make sure you share this live for those that you feel like that needs this and that needs this encouragement to know how to overcome their fears and their anxiety. So tonight's show is going to be an amazing show. And tonight's show, I actually want to dedicate this show to my sister. I lost my sister 2 Christmas ago, and to suicide. And she always stay on my heart so much. Personally, she does to me. And I just want to dedicate this show to her and to anyone who's suffering with fears, anxiety, or any type of mental health or any type of mental health situations. I definitely want you guys to know to reach out to resources, which I will attach the resources and information in the caption of this amazing live after we're done, so that people would know that they're not alone, you're not by yourself, and that there is people with you and by your side that you can reach out to. So let me get my guest in here and let's have an amazing one. Yes. So let's see. Hey.
Hi.
What's going on?
Oh my goodness, Dad. Can you hear me well?
Yes, I can. I can hear
That
you.
was such an amazing introduction to your show tonight. Oh my goodness. You spoke so much from the heart.
Thank you.
And it's going to be great. And I just want to say, oh wow, it's never you never really know what to say to someone, who have lost a loved one. So I cannot say anything that would make you feel better, but I just want you to know that, I'm holding you so much closer in my heart because of that.
No problem. Listen, when I do share that with people, I don't look forward to anyone to really, give me any type of sympathy or empathy or to say anything. I just basically, whenever any chance that I can, to be able to represent her, to be able to honor her, to glorify her, I always get my chance to do so. And I just want to extend such the gratitude of the fact that her life wasn't in vain, and that just her not also, she's still here spiritually, and
Right.
even though she's not here physically, but I could say one thing, her loss, the life of her body flesh may be gone, but her spirit is always here. But I could definitely tell, by her leaving the physical form, she saved 4 people's lives, because she donated her organs, was donated to 4 people who needed those organs that she was able to actually give.
Wow.
So, and I'm a huge supporter and 100% stand behind organ donor. Like, people register to register your organs, because when you never know what people may need, you never know, you could be a match for anybody or whatever the case may be. So just remember that this is the body that we only borrowing. The spirit is the most important vessel, if anything. So we not taking this with us. It's going to turn into ashes. So you have organs that just because organ donor registered all the way. So but
Right.
so I know that she still not only just live on spiritually, but she lives on with the other people lives she did save.
Yeah, yeah. I truly believe in transition. I do believe that, our spirit lives on and, our souls just keep continuing and continuing and continuing. So I definitely understand, what you're saying. So I also wanted to say hi to Morgan. I
Hi,
can't wait. I
how are you?
cannot wait to hear your beautiful voice.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, so I have guests in the building. So listen, Sierra, introduce yourself to the people.
Well, hey y'all. My name is Sierra Morgan. I'm an artist, I'm a mom, and I'm a wife. And yeah, that's me.
And yes, and I want Tamisha just introduce yourself to the people, let them know who you are and what your platform is about.
So, you just shared a while ago that I am a transformational coach, right? And so I put that there after kind of being inspired by other people. But the truth is, I am a radical forgiveness coach. And what I do is I help women get to the root of their fears of shame, guilt, the victim story that we hold on to
Mm-hmm.
that cause us to live such a suffering life. So that's basically what I do. I get to the root of um, other people's and myself. I
Yeah.
get to the root of our problems, our issues, or our fears. So yeah, that's what I do. I know it says transformational coach, but I do radical forgiveness. And so a lot of time I always start when I'm speaking about radical because I know it's such a kind of powerful word, mostly on the sort of negative side. But, I just kind of want to soften your audience when thinking about radical. The original origin of the word is root, right? So it's getting to the root of the situation, right? It's no longer just stopping at the stem or
Yeah.
cutting the branches off. That's what we do so much time, pick the leaves off. So what I do is just, try to bring my clients to the root. And that means the first time you ever felt something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I do. I'm so happy to be here.
Got you. And so of course, I definitely I'm listen, I tell people I don't do these shows. The spirit moves me to do these shows. So any topic and any guest that I have on is because I allow God to move and I move when he say to move. And that's when he say to move, I definitely have to listen because I learned a long time ago when I don't listen, I miss my blessings.
Mm.
So in regard
Right.
I have Sierra on because even though the show is called Overcoming Your Fears and Anxiety, and I believe with ministry of music, I believe that music it helps relax, resoothe, and it's a connection of so many things that helps heal people
Right.
when you're going through so many different things in your life. If you're going through anxiety, fear, depression, just anything, or even hurt, a breakup, a divorce,
Mm.
music plays a huge part in just healing.
Yes,
Period.
it does.
So Sierra, what made you get into music, or what made you fall in love with the whole radical of the artistry of music?
Well, I was singing ever since I was a little girl. I don't know, it was something about music that just like keeps me calm. The beat, like the instruments, the voices, every single detail in music is what like kept me together. So
Got you. So you basically, so do you just only sing gospel, or you are very flexible, versatile type?
still trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Right now, I've only been making like contemporary gospel music.
Mhm.
I tried some R&B, but I'm figuring it out.
Got you. So you just trying to find your lane, which one you feel more comfortable. Listen, I get it. I definitely get it. And I see you have a single.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I was like, okay, catchy, catchy, catchy. So tell the people what's the name of the single.
Okay, so the name of my song is called "Come and Deliver Me."
Yes, and listen, y'all, the song is hot, and I'm not saying it because I know Sierra. I'm saying it because I'm saying because one thing about me, anybody that knows me, I love music. And one thing about music, if it moves me, I'm on. I kept repeating that shit. I was like, boo, boo, boo. I was like, okay, I see what she doing. I got it. Okay. So,
Wait. Are you talking about the R&B one?
is it the R&B one? Because I know one that you have, I think it was
I
just
put it on SoundCloud. I put 2 on SoundCloud.
okay, so you must have just dropped another one because I only knew the one that was up there first.
Yep, I have another one.
Oh, see, look at you.
Yes,
Okay,
girl.
okay. And so the one that you just dropped is called "Come to Me."
Come and Deliver Me.
Come and Deliver Me. And the
Mm-hmm.
first one that I heard was, what was the title of it again?
What was the title of it? The one I just dropped? The R&B one? Girl, I don't remember. I had to.
Listen, whatever, whatever, it was catchy. That's all. I hate that I don't remember either. And I was got my notes in. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, no. But listen, you guys just click the link in her bio, go on SoundCloud, and listen. It's amazing. So, but yeah. So what got you? What made you decide to end up to start to record music? Because I know that you've been singing. I know that you've been singing, doing some lives and stuff, and doing some guest appearances on people's lives. Look at you, glowing up, girl.
Okay.
So what made you say, okay, it's time for me to now to be able to release my music so the world could end up hearing it?
Well, when I was younger, I was like in and out of studio sessions. I never got a chance to like fully record like an album or anything. It would be like features on songs, and I was only able to make like one song, but I was a little girl. And of course, I didn't have a say so. So it was like my mom was like in control of everything. So I never completed what I started. So I said to myself, all right, when I get grown, I can do what I want. So I got grown and I started doing what I want, and music was like on top of my list. And I had started going to church because when I go to church, I used to just go for the choir and praise and worship. And I said like, oh, I'm gonna be a leader of praise and worship one day. Lo and behold, I was the leader of a praise and worship team. And then it got to the point where I was just by myself doing praise and worship or whatever, and I was holding it down, and I like it. Like, I love it up there. Like, the way God moves in the sanctuary and the way he delivered people was like amazing to me. Like, I've never experienced such a blessing ever in my life. And I was like, okay, this is it. Like, this is for me, and I'll be doing this from here on out. And here I am.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. So I know I like to be, dive into the conversation. So I'm just going to make it much as comfortable for everybody as possible because you guys already know how I am, really raw.
Oh, really?
So stop it. So in regards to our topic tonight, overcoming fears and anxiety. Like I'm a share. So if nobody don't want to share, you don't have to share. It's okay. So in regards to overcoming fears and anxiety, is there anything you guys ever had to overcome? Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Recently, I lost my sister about almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And going to hospitals gave me anxiety. If somebody had a stroke and was in the hospital, that gave me anxiety. If somebody came to me and told me that they had to get like brain surgery, it gave me anxiety. To the point where it got so bad that I worry a lot. Like if I hit my husband up and he doesn't respond, it's like, oh my God, are you okay? Did something happen? Type thing. Like, I have fear, and I've never had it before, but it comes from me losing someone that was really close to me. And I'm still trying to get over the fear, and slowly it's happening. But if God forbid you were in a hospital and I heard and somebody like, oh, can you come to the hospital to see Kwame and pray for her? It's just like, huh? I don't really want to. I
Mm.
don't really want to. I'm afraid that even if I pray for her, things won't turn out the way that I expect it to turn out, because I will go to the hospital with my sister. I will pray and I was sing expecting a great turnout, and it didn't end up that way. So I get anxiety. I may start shaking and I may start crying. My heart may start beating really, really fast.
Mm. Wow.
So, is there in response of this? Is it any like is there a step of any type of self steps that you're doing to take when you do experience this?
I don't know. I just start praying and crying.
I mean, can I jump in? I mean, that's a powerful step right there, praying and crying,
Mm.
right? Because as you cry, that sort of movement releases it, right? Releases it out of your body, kind of gets you to flow it out. And just praying, I mean, praying just lifts us up of, over the battlefield
Yeah.
immediately, right? So that's two powerful tools that you're using to help you overcome fear. So for me, fear, I think my fear was just showing up. I
Mm.
was just always afraid of showing up. I was bullied so much in school because of my flat nose. I just never wanted anyone to see me. I never wanted to show up. I never walked with my head up. I just couldn't do it. And it was such anxiety for me when I started. I have a skincare business. When I started my skincare business and I had to post things, I was like, oh my God. Like I'm writing the caption if I had to post a picture of myself, and the fear that I would have of somebody silly comment, about the way that I look, because I just had really anxiety of the way that I look. And so that was a deep, deep fear that I had to overcome. Just showing up, just being present was a fear of mine.
Mm. So
And
how do
so
you overcome that?
So let me tell you this. One of the things that I really, really had to learn in my healing process, right? And that would be a really hard pill to swallow for a lot, is that fear has no power.
Mm-hmm.
It is just a thought.
Mm-hmm.
It's a neutral thing, and I am giving it the power. And
Yeah.
I really had to practice that, like to integrate that into my being, into everything about me. And so it would take me things like I'm super scared of snakes, right?
Mm.
And so it would take me things like going to the pet shop and watching the snake and kind of moving, speaking that sort of fear out of me. Um, Journaling, just being really connected to what it feels like, not just the word fear, but
Mm-hmm.
actually how it feels in my body, right? What it makes me want to do.
Yeah.
And writing, these things down so that I can figure out how to overcome them, figure out how to go through them. So one of the things that really helped me is journaling, praying, um, dancing it out, just really positively talking that even though I am afraid, I'm also excited, right?
Yeah.
I'm also happy. I'm also grateful. And, just having all these things pour into me, pouring into myself, these sort of positive things, and not paying so much attention, a focus on the fear itself. These were things that really helped me. I mean, I think we all still have fear, but just the thought of, or knowing the truth that it doesn't have any power,
Yeah.
really helped me to stay in a shorter space with it. Because before it used to be probably days just being afraid, days with anxiety. But now for me, it's like a couple minutes, based on depending on what it is.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. I listen. I definitely understand, and I would say for me, mine would be more anxiety. Because as a mom, my anxiety comes from the fact of my son going out, and I'm having the thoughts of hopefully and hope that he make it home safe.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
so that plays very hard anxiety in me, and I know if anybody is a mother of a son,
Mm.
but even it's just the daughter too, because they don't even care what the sex is that they killing nowadays.
Kidnapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like you get the anxiety when I get the anxiety when my son go out, and it's like I'm always constantly going down a checklist.
Oh,
I'm going down a checklist to make sure he got everything, you good, you know what to do, you know what not to do, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you text me when you get here, make sure da 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 da. And it's like, and I try not to put my fears and my anxiety on him, because it's like you don't want to sit there and not have your kids live their life.
mm-hmm.
But knowing the fact who we are, it's like that been taken away from us and alter our way of thinking, moving, and living because of so many things have happened.
Right.
And it's like when he don't text me, he don't call me, I'm blowing up his phone, like literally. And I try to explain that to him constantly, like, listen, your mother have serious anxiety when it comes to you and you out in the streets, and I need to make sure you good. So you need to respond to me in a text. Even if you don't want to call me back, at least let me know that you okay. And it's like, you ever been underwater, you holding your breath,
Mm-hmm.
till you get back up, now you can breathe.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I be feeling when he get his ass in here.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
and I'm from under the water. And it's like, what I do is I take my time to try to, I dial myself in my work to not to think about it. Those are my self ways of helping to cope, to go through it. I also take my time just to breathe through it. And they also say, just think about positive thoughts and not negative thoughts. Like,
Yeah.
I think about the fact that, yes, he's going to come in here. Yes, I know I did a good job. Yes, I instilled everything that I needed to instill in him, and I'm going to trust that I did, and that he knows. So, like, those things are help, but sometimes that shit really could take over you.
Yeah.
Whew, you just be like, oh my God, is this going away? How I'm going to be living for the rest of my life?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah. You know,
yeah.
I just posted over the summer, right before summer ended, just recently, about my son as well. You know, he was going away for a week on football camp.
Mm-hmm.
And the weekend, you know, these are things that as a mom, like I want to experience, you know, that I had such excitement to experience that with my son. And then the weekend of us getting ready, I seriously had a panic attack. Like I was shaking.
Wow.
And I was really scared for him. One, he's tall as hell and he's only 15 years old. I was scared that somebody would take him for an adult. I was scared that somebody would say he did something that he didn't. I
Right.
was scared that somebody call in the cops on him for, you know, no reason.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really like, I've never felt this before. And I remember posting, I was like, you know, Black mothers, like the system set us up to really have anxiety when it comes to our Black boys. Because, you know, I shared that and so many other people were saying you know, they definitely can relate. And being in other mom groups as well, you hear it all the time. Like Black mothers are suffering with a lot of anxiety and a lot of fears when their children are going out. And it's something that are taken away from us, you know? We don't get the opportunity to really enjoy fully our children because of this, you know, fear of what can happen. And I
Right.
do feel the same way. Like when my son goes out, like I have to text him a million times or call him and call him and call him until he answers because I am going to lose my mind. And it's scary.
Yeah.
It
You
is.
know?
I don't even want my son to catch the school bus
Mm,
because I'm afraid that he could be kidnapped or anything.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a scary time for our kids, you know, Black mothers, you know. And so one of the things that I do when it comes to my son that I thank God that I have. So I have like a little group that it's called like Parenting with Spirit, you know, praying through parenting because I feel like as a mom, as a parent on a whole, you just really have to always be in the attitude of prayer just
Yeah.
constantly praying for your children, like nonstop, you
Yeah.
know. And so one of the things that really helped me dissolve that sort of fear was having people pray for me, pray for my son, and just hold and watch over him during that time of his camp.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I think it's really important for us too to have that sort of community that we can turn to, you know, who's always ready to pray for us. And, you know, instead of kind of giving us advice or talking to us that can even cause us to be more fearful, you know, have that sort of community that can just hold us in prayer, because I think it really does help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. And they normally say with fears and anxiety, they say they that you should learn about your fear, learn about it, um, take time out, you know, from it, and that's what I normally end up doing. Um, and they also say, of course, breathe through it. So these are just steps of just breathing through it.
Hmm.
Face the fears, and just like you said, like, and that fear doesn't phase me because I don't give it life or power.
Hmm.
But it just the anxiety that I end up, you know, having the troubles and balancing sometimes because of that with him. But the fear, but if anybody do have struggles and problems, they say just learn about your fear.
Hmm.
Just taking time out, you know, from it out of your head. They say think about positive thoughts and have a positive mindset. Because things could be worse. You know,
Yeah.
try to end
Hmm.
up just thinking positive and just have positive visions in your head, or just visualize, you know, good thoughts and good things. And they also say just because even when you, and also talk about it, because some people think if I speak about it, some people might think I'm crazy, like
Right.
Hmm.
talking
Hmm.
about, or what is he talking about,
Yeah.
like going nuts or whatever. But just talking about it to someone you trust, that's, you know, that's going to be a listener and not just doing this, you know,
Mm,
because we don't need all this all the time. We just
exactly.
need
Hmm.
this. And someone that's, you know, they don't need to say anything, just to be a listening ear, so you
Yeah.
can be able to vent. Because some people thinking if they hold it inside that would be okay, which you don't understand. That shit would eat you alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It
So,
really.
so one thing that really just interrupt the pattern of fear also is gratitude.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Being, you know, gratitude, just being grateful. And so recently I learned from this wonderful woman. Her name's Stacy. She's on Instagram. She talks about how our brain and how our body process gratitude, right? And so it's really a hormone that is released in the brain. You know, can't really remember the name right now, but just feeling how gratitude, what you're grateful for, feeling it in your body, right?
Yeah.
And allowing those hormones to release and just lift you up. So that automatically kind of interrupt the pattern of fear right there when you express gratitude for whatever moment in your life, for whatever you have, for whatever is happening. You know, just the expression of gratitude it interrupts the pattern of fear. So I just wanted to put that out there as well. You know, in the moment we can just, you know, just be still and express gratitude, and it really dissolves our fears.
Yeah. And they
Yeah.
also say when you also take these steps and you do take the measure of doing these steps, is to reward yourself.
Mhm.
That you did take the steps to get through it, because it could be overwhelming to the fact is like you start feeling like a failure, or feeling like something's wrong with you, like what's going on, or this, I'm not normal. So I feel like even if you do go through those challenges of fears and also anxiety, and you do complete those steps, reward yourself the fact that you got through it.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
and don't beat yourself up and judge yourself about it, because there's nothing wrong with you. You are normal. Just the fact
Right.
that you're just uniquely made and created. And
Mhm.
listen, God does not do things that or he does not do things to factors. He put things in people he know that could handle major situations. He's not going to give you something that you cannot be able to take.
So here is the thing that I really want people to understand with what you're saying, which is so important, right? to somebody thinking about that with their logical mind,
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard for them to believe. It's
Mm-hmm.
really hard for them to
Yeah.
accept these things, right? That's why we have to sit with ourselves and really connect with our heart,
Mm-hmm.
connect to our God, creator, source, the divine, right? So that when these things come up, we don't go to our ego or our logical mind.
Or
We
the
go straight, right? We go straight to the spiritual intelligence. We go
mm-hmm.
straight to God. And that's where we would get all the help. Because asking the ego, asking the mental intelligence, the emotional intelligence to help us
Mm-hmm.
get overcome our fear,
Yeah.
they're not going to help us because they feed off of that. The
Mhm.
ego feed off the fears, feed off the blame, the shame, all the negative stuff, right? That's food.
Yeah.
That's like food, right? So
Yeah.
once we can really stop and go to our heart, go to God, go to the source, whoever you call your creator for that help, that's where we get the help
Mhm.
from. It's quicker that way. It's really quicker that way because when we go to the ego, it just punishes us, right? We train our inner critic, we train our ego, we train our judge, the judge in our mind, in our head, in our to judge us and to punish us,
Right.
right? So
It
when
just
we yeah, so when we go there, they're like, "What, girl? Please, I'm
Mm-hmm.
giving you more fear. That's what you build me for. Like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah.
Releasing you from this fear right now? No, hell no."
Yeah.
So it's that's why you just really have to develop a strong, some sort of strong relationship with
Yeah.
your creator, with that energetic force of love, so that you can go to your heart and get that help because we can't get it from the ego.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
That will get the ego will get in the way, the flesh will get in the way.
Yeah.
And also just to go into the next flow of it is when you say just trusting and going into the spiritual source, but also support groups are very
Oh.
for you to
oh
be
yeah. They're really
Hmm.
helpful.
very
Yeah.
Mhm.
so because people when you're going through these things you'll feel like you're by yourself or you're alone.
Yep.
But to believe
Or
you're
you feel like nobody understands.
yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
And you're not. And I think we all say this to ourselves, like, I'm the only one by myself. Nobody understands me or understand what I'm going through. And not knowing that when you overcome, there's the next person, your next door neighbor or the lady down the street or somebody, someone close to you or you bump into the grocery store could be facing the same situation.
Yep.
Yep.
You going through it, you just think it's all just in you and your head. And it's just all
Yeah.
and that goes to the ego in regards of you thinking that you're by yourself and you're alone. So support groups are definitely major,
Hmm.
Right.
major
Yeah.
to be able to have people that's in the same understanding of
Yep.
what
Yeah.
you're going through.
That's been there before and have overcome.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
someone
Yeah.
now can help you. You
absolutely,
can help each other.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And just to piggyback off of when you said like, and then you go to God, when you go to God and then you give it to him, you have to believe that he's
Oh.
taken it and it's in his control now. You can no longer go back to, okay, I still feel like this. No, you can't say that because you've given it to him. So
Hmm.
now it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Queen, I'm so happy you talk about community. Community. Oh my goodness. Community is the sauce when it comes to healing. It's just something we cannot do it alone, do by ourselves. And I feel like in our Black community, and I'm talking most specifically to my Caribbean women, right? We have this thing where we think that if we share, it's because, oh, this person going to know my business. This
Mm.
person, right? We have this pride.
But
And so we suffer
not,
inside.
it's not even the Caribbean. It's the Black community overall, the Black brown.
Yeah, we just want to stay inside and suffer by ourselves. It's like we're waiting to shine and then we're going to come out, right? And then be like, oh, but all along inside we're just dying. And so
Yeah.
community is such a powerful tool to have when you're healing, right? And then listen, a lot of times too we think that our friends are close circles
Yeah.
or the people who should be there for us. But let me tell you something. If I'm trying to overcome fear and homegirl over here is just loving her fears, how the hell would she help me? You know what I mean? So it's so important to get community outside, right? And I don't know if people really realize that. I mean, you can Google search community support groups in your areas, in your zip code. There's so many support groups right now on Zoom that you can get into, and people are doing it. People are asking you to come in and be a part of it, so that we don't always have to feel like we're doing it by ourselves.
Even if you just go there and sit and don't say anything.
Yeah, it's like making space for others, and that
Yep.
is healing in itself, when you can just show up for somebody else, to hear somebody else's story. You know what I mean? So there's just so many things that are out there that we really don't need to go through this by ourselves. We really don't need to spend that length of time in the suffering, in fear, in the anxiety. We can just reach out. We can just grab tools and use them, actually use them, not fantasize about using them, but using them. It really helps,
So we had Triple A in here. They just started their support group yesterday, so that's amazing.
Yay.
And listen, what I can definitely say is when you do start these things, trust the process. Don't rush it. It's not going to be overnight. It's not just snap your finger, microwave popcorn. It's going to be a process, but trust the process. And it's going to be different emotions of roller coasters. But know that at the end of it is a great reward.
Right.
Yeah.
Great peace of mind, and just don't rush it. Then we had someone say, but when I was vocal about my feelings and pain, I expressed it wrong and made mad like I was blaming my spouse, but I wasn't trying to bash him. I just really needed advice, and I was completely treated. I wasn't treated for it. So, and that's another thing. Sometimes we think we could go to our spouses to be able to talk. Sometimes you just need somebody that's not in the same space as you, or that's in the household. You need somebody that's not that close to you to be able to understand you. Because some people be like, well, my wife and my husband will be able to understand. I could talk to them. But sometimes with certain things, it's not always every time,
Because you don't want them to take it personal.
Yes.
Because they'll start feeling attacked and everything, as if like you're coming for them, when in reality you're not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So true. And then you got to realize that you're putting a lot of you're putting a lot of weight on them too. You are, because they love you so much. They want you to be healed. They want you to be, healthy. They feel like I need to try to fix him. I need to try to fix her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you don't really want to put that much weight or burden. I feel like just them just standing beside you, that's all they need to do. And they're just driving you to the support group and taking you to the therapist. And that's all you need to do. That's all you need to do for me. Because you just don't, I think that's a heavy load. That's a heavy load for people, especially your spouse. And that could drive possibly marriages apart.
No, I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah, because one person might feel like,
Yeah,
dang,
I'm
I got
pretty
too
sure
much
it does.
going on. Like, I
Yeah.
can't keep,
No.
it's like work.
Yeah, exactly. And so also just to hit some pointers about anxiety and fears, and they say that also with self-treatment, it's good to, of course, get a support group, relax, do some relaxation exercises. Exercise is good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Eating healthy, staying away from alcohol, nicotine,
Mm-hmm.
caffeine, because a lot of people think the caffeine coffee gonna help them. That caffeine make you go through the roof.
Yeah.
So you already got anxiety and fear. You putting caffeine on top of that. That's just a little bit like no. So
Mm-hmm.
they just avoid that. They say also healthy eating, as well as regular sleeping. getting a regular 8 hour full of sleep. And I understand we may all not get an 8 hours. I understand. But getting as much sleep as you possibly can, because you got to realize with sleeping, a lot of people don't know the benefits of sleeping.
But how eating healthy supposed to help you with anxiety and fear?
I guess because the eating healthy, because of the equalize, the different type of things they got inside the food. You listen, when you put certain foods in your body, could trigger the things in your body in a negative way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
absolutely. So that's why they say don't add that extra garbage in your
Hmm.
system to end up to have extra negative triggers inside your body and going through your bloodstream where what I'm saying, it would make it worse compared to you eating healthy, drinking lots of water, and you exercising. At least eliminate some of the fear and the anxiety down.
Okay.
So, but yeah, but I sit there and I listen. And also, you know what? Meditation. Med
Hmm.
is an amazing, good source. I feel like
Yeah.
everyone should definitely do. Anybody have anxiety or fear should definitely end up meditating, because I feel like that's definitely part of the whole relaxation exercise and just relaxing, because it just allow you to clear your chakras and allow you to clear your mind and take yourself into a deep place where what I'm saying, you could escape and go away. And I believe that Tamisha,
Hmm.
you do daily meditations,
I
right?
do. I do. Actually, I was just coming off my meditation when you when your life started, because it ends at 9 o'clock. So yeah, I do. I do Kriya every night. I do Kriya every night with my spiritual group. And yes, it's just time that I spend to sit quiet with God and just see things. Uh, what does it do? It moves my energy. So Kundalini is a meditation that works with your energy flow. Um, with your chakras, it harmonizes your chakras. It give you that burst of really good energy and kind of reconnect you to source, reconnect you to God, reconnect you to creator. So that's what I do every day. And it's my time to really unwind. It's my time to let go of the day's stress so that I'm sleeping in peace, and allowing whatever blessing or whatever flowing through my sleep to be flowing nice and easy. So that's what I do. And also on next month, actually October, every Monday I have a what is it? A 7 minute meditation that you sign up for, and every Monday I send you a meditation that is all around forgiveness,
Mhm.
letting go of resentment, letting go of anger, and I also send you a centering thought for the week that you get to work through. So you can use the meditation for the entire week, but I send it to you every Monday in your email. So you can go on my link, sign up for it, and beginning October, every Monday we get to meditate together. So I think that will be really good. If that's something that you think you need, grab it. And it's free. So that's really
I
good.
do
So,
something similar to that. In the morning times, I do daily devotion. So I have a book,
mhm,
and I'll read the book, and it'll have like scriptures. It'll have like a word from God. It'll have a prayer, and then it'll have a declare and decree. And then after I do that, I'll do my journalism. So
mhm.
I'll write my prayers and my requests down to God in my journal. And then I will do praise and worship, listen to my gospel, sing some songs like that. And that brings me peace throughout the day, because,
Yeah.
this is my quality time with God. Now it's quiet. The kids aren't awake yet. And this is what's going to get me through the day.
Yeah. I think those hours in the morning when everybody is awake and you can just spend time with yourself and spend time with God, ooh, that just sets you up for a powerful, powerful day. It
Mm-hmm.
almost as if you get the download. And it's really like asking, right? Asking for the download of what God needs you to do this day. And if
Right.
you really pay attention to it, it flows so perfectly,
Mm-hmm.
right? So yeah, it's one of the things that I do. I'm going to tell you the honest truth. Sometimes I'm not as disciplined as I should be, and I beat myself up
That's
for that.
okay. Me neither.
But I know I can definitely feel the difference, when I get up early in the morning, probably take a walk, sit in my office and just meditate, say my prayer, do my journaling. I end up having such a beautiful day, right? Everything comes my way. It's like, what? Oh my gosh. But on the days that you're not prayed up,
It
forget
be messed.
about it.
The day be messed up.
Yep, the day be
So
messy.
Another, what is going on?
yeah, so I do. So like I always say that this is not just only my platform. This more of my fam's platform. That who I call my viewers and listeners. I call them fam. So I do have one of the fams that came and sent me a request, and I just want to bring her up.
Hmm.
Maybe she has something to share that she want to get off her chest, and I feel like that having these discussions allows people to be able to share, to have an outlet to pour, and have a community of people to hear them. So I'm just end up bringing her up if she's still in the building. So let's see. But yeah, so other than that, and and I'm definitely glad I brought this conversation up. And like I say, like this topic wasn't just something that I decided to do. This is a topic that came to my spirit. Hi, Queen.
Hi, how are you? As soon as I can direct my camera around. Hi, good afternoon,
Hi,
ladies.
how
Hey,
you doing?
hey,
Hello.
that's my.
Hi.
Hey,
Yeah,
Michelle.
Hi, Sierra. Hi, ladies. Hi, beautiful queens. How are you this evening?
I'm good.
Okay. I was invited to join by Sierra, so actually I'm just a listener today.
Okay.
I'm trying to get a feel of what's going on, but from listening to everything, I've been listening for a while now, and I'm not a late night person, but I stayed up for this. I am usually in the bed, ladies, after I come from football practice with my two grandkids, and we get dinnered in and prayers and everything. So, but I'm here tonight, so I'm just a willing listener tonight.
Okay.
If you don't mind, if I have something to share, I will butt in though.
No
'Cause I don't mind.
Listen, since I have you up here, I'm listening. Why not make you very useful?
Thank you.
So,
Why
has
not?
there ever been anything that you had to overcome when it comes to fear and anxiety?
Why, of course, I will, by the grace of God, if I live to be next Friday, I will be 58 years old on October the 8th.
Ow.
Yeah, right. But there's been a lot of things in my life that brought fear and anxiety to me. The passing and losing of parents, you know what I mean, caused a lot of anxiety for me because I am my mother and father's only child.
Wow.
And both of them are deceased now. So I was forced to learn how to handle the business of laying your parents to rest. And I had no clue. And it's some things that I got anxiety from it. I really did.
Yeah.
And I'm also a left leg amputee. I was in an accident when I was 33 years old. And I went into the hospital and they had to remove my left leg because I didn't have enough blood flow coming through my veins and I got gangrene in their hospital, unfortunately. But I mean, it's like I overcame that. And then when it came to the parents, it was something totally different. You know,
Yeah.
it was very different and it was also difficult. But through the grace of God, I'm just going to say like that, I guess, because that's the only one who can help you with stuff like that
Absolutely.
when nobody else is there for you, the family and the so-called friends, and you have to rely on somebody. So I went to my Lord and Savior, and I asked him to help me through those circumstances I was going through. But I was so scared. I was fearful. And yes, I had anxiety attacks, actually, where I couldn't catch my breath and my heart was palpitating. And so I know that feeling. So the only thing that I can say for that, I didn't receive any medication or anything like that. Like I said, I had to put all my trust in the Lord and it brought me closer to him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's where I'm at with the fear and anxiety, my experience with that.
Okay. So, in regards to your experience to that, besides you going to your spirituality, what was some other self treatments that you done for yourself besides spiritually?
I like to go read sometime, or I just like a quiet place. Like, I gotta find that quiet place sometime in my life. And I heard Sierra saying it's like once you get rid of your daily duties, if you have them, like children or whatever you have to do during your day, once you clear them out and you take the time just to self-time,
Yeah.
you know, so to yourself, and it helps a lot with me too. I'm a morning person. I get up early in the morning. That's why I go to bed early, and I make sure that they're off because I have custody of my grandchildren, 2 boys, 7 and 9. I make sure that they're where they need to be, and I just take a minute, if it's not 15 minutes to a half an hour, and I sit, and I guess that's a form of meditation because
It
I close
is.
my eyes and
Yep.
I take a loose sigh,
Yeah.
and I just breathe. And I talk to the Lord, and that's what I do. That's how I get through some things, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just get,
that's good.
yeah,
Sometimes that's
like,
all we need, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
You know, I think it's important that we put into our schedule, right? These little appointments to sit quietly, these little appointments to pray. You
Yeah.
know, sometimes for me, I make it like if I want to watch a show, right? So when I'm watching a Netflix show, I have to watch all the episodes at the same time. So what I do is before every episode, I would stop and I would just say a little prayer. You know,
yeah,
that's my time. That's my appointment with God. You know, that's my appointment to sit quietly and just kind of reconnect. And if we could schedule these little times, you know, into our day when we're just really having that time to pause and take a deep breath and just reconnect. That takes us back to our peace, you know, that takes us back
yeah.
to who we
Mm-hmm.
truly are. So kudos to
Yeah,
you.
for me, I had started my quality time because things will get overwhelming as far as like being a mom because
Yeah.
I have 3 kids and they're little, 6 to 1 years old. So things are overwhelming. You know, you're doing everything. You're cleaning up back to back, like literally back to back, and then you're doing laundry and you're doing this and you're to discipline them and stuff like that. It was so overwhelming that I would
Mhm.
break down sometimes, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't know what to do. And on those times, I'll either sing, because I told you singing soothes me, or I'll have to talk to God. I have to go in the bathroom and I'll have to
Mhm.
cry. If it's for 5 minutes, I have to go in there, I have to talk to God, and I have to cry because I'm losing my mind. I'm going crazy. I have
Yeah.
all kids,
Yeah.
and it's just me. Like,
Yeah.
my God. And then I would have to pull myself together and I have to go back out and I would have to show up for my kids. And that's how my quiet place and my quality time with God had started.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
Sierra, I want to say something about what you said that was really important. It's like you're losing your mind, right? Which
Mm-hmm.
is really true. When we are not in our God mind, right? When we're not really connected, when we're not in that space where we're thinking with the mind of God, or we have really love on our mind, it's
Mm-hmm.
really losing our mind, right? We're insane at that point, right? When we're constantly with the ego, conflict, all the judgment, all the hate talk is really insane. We're you know, we're experiencing that. So when we have the time to like go back to who we truly are, the love and the peace and the joy and the harmony, right? When we can connect to our heart and get to that place where you can show up for your children in your God state. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's so
Mm-hmm.
important for us to recognize that when we are um, going through this ego and going through this defeat and all this kind of crazy stuff in our mind, it's really insane. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we're really insane. And it's not just throwing out the word there and being insensitive to anyone, you know, who have serious mental health issues, but the reality, that's what it is.
Yeah.
We're in, you know, it's a time when we experiencing craziness, right? And so we have
Yeah.
to stop and pause and just reconnect to our God self, and then, you know, if we makes it better for us. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I just wanted to share that. Kudos to you. You know, I just love pause and breathe. And when we take in that breath, just know the answer is in that breath. because it
Right.
is the breath of God, and
Mm-hmm.
I used to take those things for granted, like not paying attention to my breath. Like, how the hell am I breathing? Until I started meditating and feeling how the breath goes through your body. I mean, come on. So many people are not waking up to be able to take the breath, right? And so here we are. So it's time like these, we have to be really able to tune into our gratitude when the fear comes on that kind of makes us feel that we are separated from God, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that breath kind of connects us back. So it's important to schedule these little times, throughout our day to connect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And for some reason, it seemed like we all went into the place of losing somebody, and we already know in our community we losing a lot of people,
Mm.
and not just the young kings and queens, but also like our sister said, her parents, and even Sierra said her sister, and like my sister and stuff like that. A lot of, and even in just seeing the elements of me losing my grandparents and seeing my aunts and uncles and their dynamic of them going through their grieving process and how
Mm-hmm.
they are completely all different going through.
Mm-hmm.
It just basically show you that death could be very heartening and very stressful, fear and anxiety on people.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and listen, a lot of people can't handle that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people cannot handle that. You would think this person would be able to handle it, but till you see them losing their mother or their father or their sister or whoever, you will sit there and you be like, damn, you know, I seen my mom do the elements of her going through her anxiety and her depression after she lost her best friend who was her mom. And I see my aunt, one of my aunts, well, I see two of my aunts, but I'm only going to speak about two people that I really know more information about. So I'm just like, even my aunt, the youngest baby girl, I see how her element and dynamic as well going through it. And it's like you never get over that. And I always try to cope with them to help them get through it. In regards to, all I could do is tell them is that you will never get through it. It's just the fact it's going to be a part of you for the rest of your life that you have to now alter your heart, your
Mm-hmm.
mind, spirit, and your soul. That the fact that these people are no longer here in a physical form.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
I
And it's
think,
like it seems like it's always gonna hurt. It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
always. It might be easier to grieve, but it's always gonna hurt. I remember when I lost my sister, and at first I was like, I was sad, but I was a little numb. And remember, I still have responsibilities. I still have kids to show up for, and I still have a
Mm-hmm.
husband to show up for. So I would show up. And my husband, I guess he thought like, oh, I was okay. Everything's good because I'm still doing everything that I've been doing.
yeah,
When
Mm-hmm.
in reality, I'm not okay. I'm helping my dad grieve his daughter when I need help grieving. I'm not okay. But I don't want to show him that I'm not okay because he needs me. So here I am trying to be the strong person, showing up for everybody else.
Yeah.
Need somebody to show up for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
you know
Yeah.
what you mean, Sierra, because I could not grieve my grandmother or my grandfather properly for myself until I felt like everybody else was okay.
Yes.
Only
Mm-hmm.
that, not only was I not able to grieve, I had to plan the funerals.
Mm.
So I had
Yeah.
I don't know where it came from. I don't know where it came from. All I can say, it was God was in my
Mm-hmm.
body. And he was just moving me and moving my legs and allowing me to do what I need to do, because I don't even think I was there. I was
Yeah.
out. And I just feel like it was just him carrying me along the way, to the fact that he knew my heart, that he knew
Right.
that he moved me, that what I wanted it was going to do, that he knew that, okay, she gonna want to do this, she gonna want to do that, she need to be there for her son, she need to be there for her parents and stuff like that. So and her aunts and her uncles. So I don't even know, because if anybody know me, my grandfather was my best friend. When you see him, you see me, and vice versa. So when I lost him, no lie, I lost him first. And after I lost him a week later, I lost my grandmother on my father's side.
Wow.
So I went numb. And I still have my grandmother on my mother's side at this time. So I went completely numb. So the fact that I did go into a depression for a month and a half, I put myself and locked myself in my bedroom. So anybody had tapped on my door, knocked on my door, was telling me to come out, to get up, I wasn't hearing nothing nobody wasn't saying.
Mm-hmm.
I was in my head. I was mad at God.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
If we gonna be real, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mad at God. I was questioning him. I was disappointed. I was upset. I was angry. I was hurt. I was confused. I was just lost. And I went into such a deep depression and sitting there questioning, like, so you supposed to be this God that you say you are. So how you decide to take someone from me who that I know is amazing,
Mm-hmm.
that will give his last and his shoes and shirt off the back to anybody that he don't even know, but you still want to keep these ugly human beings that's doing so wrong on this earth.
Yep.
I was questioning. I was like, man, I was ready. I was like, God, come down here because I'm ready to have a conversation with you right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready. Like, and I need you to show up and answer my questions. So, and then it's like, I just went into it, like, I was losing my hair. I was losing weight. I had no type of appetite. And no lie, if I'm lying, God will float me up off this chair right now. Within the month and a half, I still was in my depression, still in my room. Everybody's one at a time. Whoever came over, knocking on the door, trying to get me out, I ain't was hearing nothing. All of a sudden, my grandfather's spirit showed up. Bam. Showed up and he looked at me like, what you doing? What's going on? What's this? Like, we don't do this. He's like, I ain't go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here.
Yeah.
The only thing left is the body. My spirit is all around you. I'm not only just now your grandfather, but I'm now your angel. So what's up? I need you to get up. And anybody that know my grandfather was direct, straightforward, ain't sugarcoat shit. He was like, get your ass up, get in the shower, comb your hair, brush your teeth, and I need you to do what you need to do. Because the woman I poured into, and I sat there and I raised, this not you. So all of a sudden, I just got up, went to the bathroom, got in the shower, and mind you, everybody was downstairs, so I'm on the second floor by myself. And I'm sitting here like just moving. I started moving. And I just comb my hair, brush my teeth, start going through the movements and the magic, and everything start happening. And I go downstairs. It's like my family. When I went downstairs, like my family just say the ghost. Because they looking like, oh, welcome. Nice to join us. So but of course they was happy. So I understand it's really real, and then it could take people in a deep depression where they can't come out. And just thank God that I was able to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to move, and with assistance from my grandfather's spirit, that he moved me, because I could have been in there for a long time and stayed there.
Mm-hmm.
It
killed you.
Yeah. Queen, that I talk about once in my life about really being mad with God, right? Because I feel like a lot of things in our young teaching about God just cause so much fear and so much more anxiety for us, right? I feel like a lot of times we humanize God. And what I mean is that because we think even from probably Sunday school, right? What do we teach our kids? God in heaven, sitting on the throne, judging us, punishing us, don't do no wrong. These are really fearful things to be putting into our children's mind. And when we can understand that transition our life, what do you think happens? Question these things. What do you think happened to the spirit? Right? What do you think happened to the soul? What do you think happened to the body? Right? so that we can really understand that when our loved one passed, they're still really with us, and to feel that. So for me, a couple of years ago, I think about 3 years ago, I lost my aunt to a heart attack, and I was actually laying on her when she, when she took her last breath, because she was in the hospital, and we decided to pull the plug, and and I was there with her. And yeah, it was really hard for me. But you know what? My aunt had this thing that she really loved, lavender oils. And when I got back home, like certain times of the day, I would just smell strong lavender oil. And so I started speaking to that. I would say, have a real conversation. I'll be like, oh, Agnes, I know you're here. I really wish you were here to just come and clean my stove, because I hate cleaning my stove. And so she would take the train from Brooklyn and come where I live to help me clean my stove. And, I would talk to her, have these conversations with her, and the smell would just become stronger and stronger and stronger. And it was something that I really recognized. It was her presence that was still there with me. So yeah, I'm so happy that you shared that story, Queen, because when we pay attention to these little things, we can see signs of our loved ones showing up, when we need them the most. Like even little things, like something would happen and you remember, or, they're there for us. I firmly believe that, that our loved ones still stay with us even as they pass in. They're angels.
Absolutely. That's all we all is gaining. And I understand our flesh could question it, and we could about it, and we like, why? Because sometimes the flesh could overpower the spirit.
Yep. It's
And
true.
then we can say, what's going on here?
The flesh is quick to say bullshit.
Yes. Yes. Quick. Like,
yeah.
And you be in here sitting there arguing, God, like, okay, you better show up right now, because
you better come down from heaven, like the man that you say you are.
You got some explaining to do.
Right. Yeah.
That's true. So
that's how I was in the beginning. I was really angry with God.
Yeah.
And I would question him. And I would ask, like, what was the point of me going there praying for her? What was the point of me going there singing to her just for you to take her? And not only was I upset with him, I was upset with her. I was upset with her because how come everybody else got to say goodbye? Why didn't you wait for me? Why didn't you wait for me to come back to say my goodbyes? And I'll never get that answer. But I didn't care that I wouldn't get it. I was just really upset about it at the time. And then I went from questioning God to going off on God to now I don't even want to talk to you anymore. I'm not dealing with you. So I'm going to do what I want now. And it's going to be everything against your word because I'm that upset.
Yeah.
And then some way, somehow I was pulled back. And I hate when that happens. I'm going to be honest with you. I hate when I'll say to God, like, I'm done with you. I'm not talking to you. But then now I got to talk to you because I need to tell you about something. I need your help. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it was for me.
Yeah. And then I also want to, shout out one of my queen sisters, my sister Kiana. She's in the comments. She lost her dad this past year. And she had a break at our meditation retreat. And the thing that I love is the fact that she had us there, her sisters there with her to support her when she did go through her breakthrough, when she felt her father presence, when she felt his connection. Because a lot of people sometimes go through it by themselves, or they may never experience. And I could go another conversation, the reason why you may never experience, but we ain't gonna go there tonight. So
you know what? Excuse me. I think with that, sometimes when you have that spiritual connection, when you make it, it's a transformation that hardly ever leaves you sometimes. Because for me, getting through my everyday life consists of my dad showing up. He show up every day. My dad show up every day.
Yeah.
Every day. I have this strong spiritual connection with my dad that just keeps me doing what I'm doing. And that's what keeps me going. And that keeps my faith in the Lord. Because he, like you say, he may come up and ask me, like, what are you doing? Like you say,
Mhm.
we're not doing this today. It's not what we do. Let's go.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And like his presence is just so real. I do a lot of driving and I drive alone a lot, but I'm not alone.
Mhm.
Because when his flesh was here, we were together almost every day. I picked him up. We went shopping together. We went to the doctor's appointments together. He was at my house every day. Oh my God. He never stayed home. So when I get in that car, sometimes I just sit there and I wait and I say, good morning. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because he's there. And we go about our day. And I have a great day. And I'm just happy to know that I have a spiritual connection with him
Yeah.
because he was always my confidant, as you must say. You know, he made me just. My mother was a strong woman, first of all, but she was very, very stern to the point where she was scary. You know what I mean? But my father had so much fatherly love for me. He was like my father, my brother, you know what I mean? And he taught me a lot about the streets and stuff like that because he was a man of a community guy. He worked for young youth and he also had a boxing team where you know, he gave all the kids in our neighborhood as well their summer jobs, all that kind of stuff. He worked for the city. So he indulged with a lot of kids. And I found myself, I love children. Oh my God. I love kids. I like to do a lot of, and everything that he installed in me comes out sometimes. And I'll be wondering, like, you never left. You're still here. You still enable me to do all the things that you did. And I always thank God for his presence because I'm with my dad every day. I'm so proud to say that because I am.
Yeah.
And it's, yeah, oh my God. Yeah, we have fun sometimes. Just him and I.
And yeah, and just
Yeah.
So it's a good
um
thing. Yeah.
and just like even Kiana was saying, like when we saying that the presence of our, our loved one is around us, she was saying that she smells his scent. Um
Mm-hmm.
and that she knows, she feels him around her and stuff like that. And I only know Kiana for a very short time, not because people probably see us together, all of us together, think we known each other forever. But I know Kiana for a very short time. One thing I could definitely say, I look at her as family. I look at her, I don't even her and Ty, but I do have other queen sisters that I do, love dearly. But it's just with these two, I very took under my wing so much. It's just a connection of a feel very familiar. I protect them like if they my own sister, and my sisters and cousins are up in these comments, so they they know how I'm very overprotective of my family members. So for us to be very short-willed of just knowing each other is a undeniable connection
It's a good feeling. Yeah.
Mhm.
that is just like our spirits was once met before, and then we just could reconnect it in a whole different another lifetime, which is right now.
Yeah.
So and it's so crazy because anybody come for them, I'd be like, but
Yeah, boy.
I definitely see the evolution of the change in her. I see the growth in her. I see the woman she's standing before her, that's before me. She did an amazing event this past weekend that I felt like that was nothing but God and her dad that just moved through her. And I know that he is so freaking proud of her. And don't start crying, Kiana. Because I know she's going to be start tearing. So, but yeah, I just definitely feel like that was her dad who moved through her, and and that created that event. And I feel like she has something major, something bigger than herself and powerful that she's going to continue to do. And I just wanted to give her that shout out because this is my first time coming live since I did the live podcast at the event. And I know I was doing it in my post, but I like to also shout out my people that I truly love. Verbally with my mouth. So, but and since we on here, we speaking about that, I really feel like her dad is 1,000 happy and very proud of her. And I just want to let you know you're doing the damn thing. Keep doing it. I see the woman that you're transforming into, the womanhood that you're standing in, and you just like, girl, just keep doing it. Listen, we got something major and But yeah.
Everybody
How
needs
long
a
do y'all
girlfriend
stay
like
on?
you.
Oh, you said how long we stay on here? Well, normally my show basically is about an hour. Sometimes it normally end up flowing. We're about to end up just cutting it, a little bit. But since since this been such an amazing healing, such amazing topic with such amazing, beautiful souls that's on this, this panel and this live. Sierra, please bless us with the song of healing, love, togetherness, just this
Yay!
moment of
Yes, Sierra.
whatever God puts on your heart, so to let the people know they're not alone, that there's people like you out there, and that just reach out. There's support systems. There's people you could talk to. There's people you could be able to end up understanding you and what you're going through, and know that the pain doesn't always be, and joy does come in the morning, and that
Absolutely.
trust the process, and know that you're going to go through hurdles. And remember, this is not a race, it's a marathon. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace. And just know that also that the reward at the end is beautiful. So bless us with a song, Bill.
All right, you want my song or you want any song?
Whatever comes on your heart.
All right, got you. Let me touch you and see if you are real. Even though I know my heart, your hands can heal. But sometimes I get discouraged, and I need your strength and shield. Jesus, let me touch you and see if you are real. Sometimes to me you seem so far away, and I wonder how to make it through the day. But if I can touch the hem of your garment, the power I know you can feel. Jesus, let me touch you and see if you are real. When I'm down, let me touch you. And when I'm lonely, let me touch you. When I'm discouraged, let me touch you like I never have before. Lord, I need you more and more. Jesus, let me touch you and see if you are real. Oh, see if you are real. Oh, see if you are real. Jesus, let me touch you. See if you are real. Are real. Are real. Are real. Are real. When I'm down, let me touch you. And when I'm lonely, let me touch you. When I'm discouraged, let me touch you. Oh Lord, like I never have before. Lord, I need you more and more. Jesus, let me touch you and see if you, by your power, I know I can feel. Jesus, let me touch you and see if you are real. To see if you are real. Oh, if I can touch the hem of your garment, I know I'll be made whole. I want to see if you are real. Jesus, let me touch you. See if you are real.
Come on now.
Girl, you just blew that up. My face is hurting me because I was trying not to smile, not to smile so much. Oh my goodness, that was amazing, Sierra.
Thank
Bless
you.
your voice.
Thank you so
Whew.
much.
Woo, Jesus got the chill. I was holding back. Holding,
Oh.
no,
That
girl,
was good.
cry,
Thank
baby.
you.
You know.
That was so good.
I just definitely hope that this live have touched so many people, healed so many people, create the conversations that we need to have in our households, and just begin the healing of just our hearts, our mind, our bodies, our souls. And listen, we're this not a religious based, it's spiritual based platform at the end of the day. But my platform goes to in the fact of just healing people and having the uncomfortable conversation. So I don't want people to think like, oh my God, what are we doing talking about church? But anything I do about the spiritual spirit, because
Yeah.
my heart, I praise him, I worship him, I know who he is, I have a relationship with him. So anything that I speak, I'm going to speak him up. So, but I definitely hope that this actually create the uncomfortable conversation I on my platform for everyone to have, to pull the rug from under our Black and brown community so we could be able to start healing properly and start healing the way that we need to, and start getting out of that slavery mentality that we're so stuck in. And just start to be able to be the best version of ourselves, and end up living the best lives that we choose to live, that we want to live. So listen, Sierra, tell them where they can find you, what you have coming up soon, and where they could plug at to listen to your music.
You can find me right here at C Morgan the Singer. This is my artist Instagram. I also have a SoundCloud. It's the same name, C Morgan the Singer. And I'm working up music. I make my own beats, write my own songs. So I'm doing something.
Yes,
You're
yes.
doing a lot. I love it.
More than something, girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stop it. So, Tamisha, let them know where they could find you, what you have coming up, and just to plug in on the things you have going on.
So I actually wanted to share before we leave. I wanted to share with you the 7 steps or the 7 tools that I use to help me go through my fears, right? So if you have a pen, you should write it down. So number 1, fear has no power. It's important to tell ourselves that when we are so into our fears, is because we think we are separated from God, separated from your creator. Fear has no power. It's just an idea. My mind is the mind of God. Love is only the power. Love is all, the powerless, right? Second one, be grateful. Always show gratitude. Third, partner up means praying, call on God for help, talk to your angels, talk to the ascended masters, ancestors. These entities are not going to help us unless we ask. They're standing there basically waiting for us to ask for the help. And when we ask, we receive. The fourth one, I think I'm on fourth, choose love, right? Love have already chosen us. Everyone is a teacher of God. So it's just kind of remind yourself of a loving time, of a loving experience, something that made you light up inside. Once you can get to that space, it sort of dissolve or help dissolve the fear. The other one is feel your feelings. I know a lot of times we're so afraid of feeling it. Feel what it feels like in your body. When you feel fear, what part of your body is hurting? Feels the tension, and a lot of times we can disrupt that. We can, things like putting a cold ice, cold drink in our hand can kind of like snatch us back from that, going into that tunnel of fear. So it's important to feel what it feels like in your body, not just the word, but feel it all over. And surrender to the attachments. That one, it would take up a long time to explain, but the most important one that I really, really work for me is to share the benefits with everyone. Doing the work and sharing it. There's no need to keep it for yourself. Create space for other people. Make space for other people. Even if it's to just listen, going into these communities and just listening, being present so that somebody else feel loved. These are really important tools that would help us overcome fear. Yeah. You can find me on my Instagram page. It's Tamisha Harriman. I'm there all the time. All the time. On my link, I share, I have 2 free things that I'm offering. I offer my worksheet, my forgiveness worksheet that can really help you go to the root of where that fear came from, who told you about fear, who planted that seed, and to just see the bigger picture of it. It's a really powerful worksheet. You can download it, make copies of it as much as you want when you're in the bed, when you're just by yourself. Fill it out, and then you can really see things a little bit more clear. Then in October, every Monday, I mentioned that before, I'm having Monday meditation that I send to you in your email, all around forgiveness, radical forgiveness, and just having harmony in our life and moving that sort of density, that dense energy, getting rid of it, and moving into a power where there is love, there is joy, peace, harmony, and all the good stuff that is there already, right? We just need to go through the dark clouds to let it come through. So that's what I'm about. Tamisha Harriman, and check me out.
Yes. You guys are not, as of yet, have went on and clicked on these women pages and already started to follow them. Start following them now. Keep listening. I always tell people support is free. It is 0.00% free. That's it. And if you're looking for just, meditation, healing, definitely hit some guidance, just hit Tamisha. If you're looking for to listen to amazing music and just want to continue to support our queen sister here, Sierra, just make sure you hit her up with her music and just continue to follow her journey and where she's going, because she's going a lot of places. Trust and believe.
Amen.
Okay.
Absolutely. So, and anybody that came from Tamisha as well as Sierra's following and from their page, if you're not following Pillow Talk with the T podcast, what are you waiting for? Listen, every week we have amazing topics. We have amazing content. We have amazing uncomfortable conversations, candid, raw, unsafe, like uncharted, straight to the gut core. Listen, no balls, no bars holding at all.
It'd be lit.
Every night on Thursdays on Instagram at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is where you could check me out. You could also know that I'm going to have additional shows throughout the week with so many collaborations, amazing guests. And you can also, if you don't want to visually see me, you can know that you can plug your earbuds and your earphones in, and you can find your girl on all major streaming platforms, on iHeartRadio, Pandora, Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon Music, everywhere there's streaming platform, I am there. Pillow Talk with the T is there. So plug us in and listen. And if anybody that feel like you need someone that needs to hear this conversation that we had tonight, please share the live with them. Let them know, hey, I feel like you need to hear this. I feel like this is something that you would definitely benefit from. Just share it with them, because listen, sharing is caring. And we don't end up, we got to stop being divided and come back to being united.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't love, support, and we don't connect with each other and unite with each other, who will? So we need to bring that unity and that unite front back. And we the
Right.
only culture that's not, and that's sad. And we need
So
to.
true.
So let's do our ancestors proud who fought and who died and who blood was shed for us to be free and to do the work that we are able to choose to do. And the shoulders that we stand on today. Because remember, you're not standing on your own feet. You're standing on so many people's shoulders. So let's represent them so proud and let their spirit be with so much joy and rejoice. So you guys have an amazing night. Thank you, Sierra, for coming on.
You're welcome.
Much for Tamisha for coming on. I appreciate you, ladies. Continue to be the best version of yourself. And as I always close out and I say, if no one haven't told you that they love you today or tonight, know that I love you. Always know that you are not who you was yesterday. You are today, and to always elevate, take responsibility, take accountability, and to begin the healing process and to be the best version of yourself. You guys have an amazing night, an amazing weekend, and I'll see you guys next Thursday right here at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Bye, Sierra. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Bye, Queen.
Bye. Later.
Bye.